welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another episode of the entire history of. This is my favourite series to film. It's my favourite series I've ever done on this channel. I'm here, I'm ready for it. We are ready, so let's get into it. So today we're going to be doing Don Lothario, and we all know Don, our local heartthrob, the man about town. He is what he is and we love him anyway. And we're going to start off with The Sims 4. Apologies, I meant to say The Sims 2. Can you imagine me starting off an entire history of with The Sims 4? Absolute blasphemy. So we're on The Sims 2, just to let you know. So Don was actually born to two people, Adriana and Niccolo Lothario. I didn't butcher that one, well done me. Adriana, his mum, was actually quite shy, lazy, playful and neat, whereas Niccolo was sloppy, outgoing, active, serious and grouchy. So a bit confused as to how they got along, how they made it work. There's definitely some relationship counselling that's been going on there, but you know, that's not for me to say. I'm not Jeremy Kyle. And despite how different the personalities were, they both did have the fortune aspiration, so at least they bonded on that, I guess. Maybe they could agree on something. It seems, because as much as they both have the fortune aspiration, how much each person is actually interested in money varies quite dramatically. So this couple is just very confusing, to be honest. In The Sims 2 you had personality, but you also had interest, so there was a wide range of topics that you could be interested in, like sci-fi, travel, I don't know, money, for example. So Nicolo's interests show that he has most definitely got an interest in money, whereas Adriana is not bothered about money in the slightest. I mean, she literally has no interest points in money. There's nothing there, despite it being her aspiration, which is a little bit bizarre. I'm not here to judge, I'm just here to display the facts. But she could have been from a poor family and wanted fortune for a family or anything like that. You know, it could be possible. It could be possible. Could just want nice things for a family without being a proper material person herself. We'll never know, to be honest, because both Niccolo and Adriana are both 6 feet under by the time we get to play with Don Lothario in The Sims 2, so we'll guess for ourselves there. And despite both his parents, Adriana and Niccolo, both having the fortune aspiration, Don's actually got the romance aspiration, and he takes after his paternal grandparents more than he does his own parents with the romance aspiration. And Don definitely lives up to this aspiration. I'll tell you that one for free. He lives up to this aspiration. He lives it, breathes it, sleeps it, eats it. He is this aspiration. If so you said to me, who's the romance aspiration, I'd say Don. I'll get into the whole womanizer thing a little bit more later. I'm just going to set the scene first, set the context, and honestly, these videos are like an episode of Emmerdale. There's so much drama.
It's all the drama, Mick. I just love it.
And I keep using that clip in videos, and I'm going to use it here. And honestly, I'm just as surprised as you are that I can keep making this clip relevant, considering how much the drama just went downhill after The Sims 4 got released. Anyway, Don lives in Pleasantview, but it's not actually stated how long he's lived there. He definitely wasn't born there. We don't know how long he's been residing there. That one's up in the air as well. But he does definitely live there. We know that because we can play the game. And he is also an intern in the medic career. He's level 4. And he lives at 150 Main Street, which is pretty much the 2000s definition of bachelor pad. Everything is just bachelor pad with Don. And the interior follows suit as well. I'm not gonna lie. When you first play the game, Don needs a maid. I mean, thankfully he's having an affair with one, but he definitely needs a maid. His bed's not made. There's trash everywhere. Literally me. His shower needs a clean, so he's a bit of a slob, but you know, he's a single man. He lives in his own house. That's not the biggest issue with Don Lothario, let me tell you. And there's also multiple pictures of women on his wall. Maybe they might just be his escapades, you never know. And a hot tub outside. It's apparently Don's favourite place to do the old razzle dazzle, the old hump and dump, the nail 'em and bail 'em. Family friendly. So everything about this house just exacerbates the whole bachelor thing, really. And this also doesn't just stop with the aesthetics. I'm being serious. He lives this bachelor lifestyle. He doesn't hold back. He does what he does. Lives his best life. And at the time of playing, when you first load up his game, he's got romantic relations with 4 women. Oh my god. There's Cassandra Goth, who he's actually engaged to. Kaylin Langerack, which is Pleasantview's maid, Don's lover, and she's also in a relationship with Daniel Pleasant. And then his next door neighbours, who are also sisters, the infamous Nina and Dina Caliente. But Don is actually in love with Nina. He just has a little bit of a crush on Dina. So some drama there too. I'm ready for that one. Give me up. Let's go. And like I've said, he is engaged to Cassandra Goth, Bella Goth's daughter. If you play with the Goth household, Don and Cassandra are both actually about to be married at the altar, but if you go through with it, Don will just bail because the relationship isn't high enough. Obviously, they've got a lot of problems. I mean, he is in a relationship with 4 women, but his connections to the Goth family run a lot deeper than just this engagement. Bella Goth, as we all know, is one of the most infamous Sims in the Sims franchise in any game. She's a legend, she's great, and she's the original emo queen.
Because she may seem like your typical selfish, backstabbing, slut-faced hoe bag, but in reality, she is so much more than that.
But she's actually missing in The Sims 2. A lot of you only started playing with The Sims 3 and The Sims 4, but The Sims 2 storylines ran deep and ran across towns. There was so many different storylines, wherever I pulled that word from. So basically, she's went missing. Nobody knows where she is. It's all very suspicious, and there's no actual answer to it. And the last place that she was seen was on Don Lothario's rooftop. I would be getting FBI, Criminal Minds Investigation Bureau. So she was on Don Lothario's rooftop, and their last interaction was Don trying to kiss her, and she big fat X'd that one. Like, that was not happening. She declined that, and then she went missing. I mean, if this was real life, I'd be like, look, we've got our guy. But it gets a little bit weirder because there was also a telescope on top of his condo, and Bella Goth has also been seen in Strange Town, so we don't actually know 100% what's happening. What is weird, however, is that he became engaged to Cassandra, Bella's daughter, after he tried to place her old smackaroonie on Bella's lips. That's a little bit weird. Don is also linked to people like Nina and Dina Caliente, who have alien blood running through their veins, so maybe he wasn't happy with this rejection, might not have been rejected by a woman before, so we got Nina and Dina to do the little alien thing and teleport Bella Goth to Strange Town. We'll never know. So that's pretty much it for The Sims 2, and if you ask me, this is honestly the best storyline in the entire Sims franchise. It's so good. It extends so many places, and it's got so many people, and it's so deep, and we still talk about Bella Goth and what happened to her to this day, and it's pretty cool that Don's got such a large role in that. I mean, it's not cool, like, no one wants the mom to, like, go missing and stuff. But so from this, we move on to The Sims 3, which is just as interesting, to be honest. Like, Don Lothario's got a good storyline in The Sims 3. So The Sims 3 is actually said to be set before The Sims 2, so we have a child Mortimer Goth, we have a child Bella Goth, but Don turns up in The Sims 3 as an adult, which that's the first hint that things aren't exactly as the same. This isn't just an oversight by EA, like, this is on purpose. So the story goes, Don just woke up one day in a brand new world, Riverview. All he remembers is stepping onto a teleporter, hearing several women laughing, and then waking up in this world. I mean, first off, if you're gonna step on a teleporter, just don't, especially if there's women laughing about you. Like, nothing good can come of stepping on a teleporter, so why he got himself in that situation, I'll never know. Because if someone said to me, go there and you'll go there, I'll go, no thank you, I'm alright here. I mean, he's only got himself to blame for that. I don't want to victim blame Don Lothario, but he should have seen this one coming. But then his bio makes things even weirder, stating that he was facing a choice between marriage or staying a bachelor, obviously with Cassandra Goth, or just living his best life as a bachelor. But will his accidental teleportation change his ways? So clearly it wasn't accidental if it's in them brackets, is it? So this is on purpose. Does not sound like an accident. So what I think has happened, that all of the women that he's been seeing, which is Cassandra, Kaylin, Dina and Nina Caliente, all found out about each other. Obviously not going to be very happy with each other because they're rightly going to be fuming. I would too. I don't know why I try to connect with, like, literal pixels so much, but I was like, yeah, I'd do that. Like, yeah, oh my god, no, I would not do that. Anyway, so there's that situation right there, and considering the fact that Dina and Nina also have alien links, so they've got access to this high-tech stuff, like a teleporter. They probably orchestrated the full thing, and Cassandra and Kaylin were just there for the crack, and they got rid of Don. So that's his story in The Sims 3. He's moved to this new town, Riverview. He's in a house and everything. Like, he's sorted, he's good, he's just been teleported. We don't actually know if he changes his player ways. And then from The Sims 3, we move on to The Sims 4. And you guessed it, it's disappointing, to say the least. I'm not gonna lie. He lives with the sisters Dina and Nina Caliente, and also their mum Katrina Caliente, who was never actually their mum in The Sims 2 if you look at the family tree. I don't know where they plucked Katrina from, but that's not their real mum. And I've talked about this in depth with the Caliente video, and I know that we're on a different timeline, but that answer of like, oh, it's on a different timeline, just honestly sounds like a cop-out by EA. Just a bit of consistency would be nice. I mean, they are still consistent with his traits. He is still active, non-committal, romantic, alluring, and his lifetime aspiration is to be a serial romantic, so they got that one right. But then you're disappointed again, because you'd think that there'd be something between him, Dina and Nina, considering the history, but there's not. He's actually in a relationship with a mum, Katrina, and I say relationship, actually, I'm going to put them things out there, because him and Katrina are just acquaintances. So there's no actual relationship there, or between him and Dina and Nina. And he's supposed to be a local heartthrob, but he's got no relationships. Like, I just want to take a second to say I'm disappointed. He has probably already guessed at this point, but I'm disappointed. I've made a save file for The Sims 4 2 times. I've added more families than a year 2 times. I've added storylines and relationships 2 times. Not just 2 times as in I've added 2 families, but I've added at least like 100 families, all with storylines and everything like that. And it can be very, very tedious to go in and sit and edit everyone's relationships and make sure everyone knows each other like this and like that. But if I can do it for free, then why can't EA do it? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's tedious, but it would absolutely transform the game if the Sims that we had coming in, whether we play a new expansion pack or whether it's the base game, if they actually had relationships and storylines and everything like that. Because can you imagine how good The Sims 4 would be if you loaded it up, played with Don Lothario and saw that he had a romantic interest in Bella, as well as having a romantic interest in Katrina, and as well as having a romantic interest with literally any woman, because it's Don Lothario and he's the womanizer, but you just don't get it. Everything just feels so dry and there's no depth to anything. And like, am I gonna cry about it? Yes, maybe. Anyway, that's the entire history of Don Lothario, the man about town. Wouldn't want him near my future daughter, but we can admire him from afar. Sorry for my little rant at the end there. I just feel like I needed to get that out of my system. I'm very stressed lately, so it felt good. I'm not gonna lie. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment as well saying what type of history ofs you want, because I'm thinking about doing one on death and I need some other ideas. So let me know what you want. Give it a like if you liked and all that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.